What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to SGG. It has been so long since I have done a video. I actually forgot the login information. That is how long it's been since I've done anything related to video content. I have fallen off the face of the earth, but I now have some downtime and now I have some motivation because I have, in the last 18 months, got ridiculously sucked into studying Pep Guardiola, current Man City manager, famed Barcelona manager, famed Bayern Munich manager. It's been really fun. I've been playing a ton of Football Manager whenever I get any free time to replicate some Pep Guardiola things. And so I wanted to do a series. I was like, why didn't I just do a video series? If I'm playing the game, it could be a fun challenge to try and recreate what Pep did mostly with the Barcelona team, whilst factoring in some of the innovative stuff with Bayern Munich and some of the stuff with Man City as well. This is the challenge. It's called Chasing Pep, Beating the Thinker at His Own Game. Can I bounce around Europe, if not the world, and recreate what he did and then beat him at it by topping his Hall of Fame total? Or however, we'll figure out total titles, total European Cups, total Hall of Fame number total in FM18. Last year I did this as a written series on, I don't know, SI somewhere. With this exact same character, the man who will be guiding us through this challenge, Francisco Lapello, the knockoff Pep. Let's all be real. I made the name up from, it's basically the Spanish Fabio Capello by name, with a completely different aura. So, well, stealing Pep's aura, put in with a Spanish version of Fabio Capello. I actually like it. If someone told me, hey, the new Villarreal manager is called Francisco Lapello, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I just think it's pretty good. He is, as you can see, Spanish. He is from Barcelona, as they would like me to say. And I gave myself the international football experience just because this is not a challenge where I'm going to go into the Danish third division and do a full journeyman. It will be journeyman. I'll get into that in a second. Where I will bounce around and kind of take the ideology from place to place on kind of a rotating 3-year thing, unless I'm just fired and kicked out of a club. But it's going to be the cream of the crop. So if you are into the Belgian fourth tier and jumping, working up the ranks in a journeyman style. I get that. I enjoy those saves, but this is working at the top because you need to work at the top or in a division that has a massive disparity and be at the top to be able to integrate kind of the Barcelona culture and that kind of pass and move style. Otherwise, you get into all sorts of trouble. As I said, I did this last year written style. With Francisco Lapello, I started in New York. That went really well. Won the MLS with New York FC, moved to Everton, was able somehow to get promoted. They were in the championship, got them promoted the first year, won the Premier League the next year, and that kind of actually killed my enjoyment of it. I felt like the tactic I built was too good because I won the Premier League the first year back with Everton. It wasn't as fun. What I did before FM18 came out on FM17 was I did a personal save with Celtic, trying to purely recreate the Barcelona tactic using there's a great thread from Urzelman, something like that, on SI, that breaks down how to try and recreate Pep's tactic as best as possible from the Barcelona, the 2011 one, really, with Villa and Pedro and what have you, rather than necessarily the Eto'o on edition of it. And so I tried to be like, I'll actually show you now some stuff from my personal save. So this is the style I started with Ozil's his base and then kind of worked off it, and it was so much fun. And I get people saying, it's Celtic, it's easy. The whole point was to get a team I knew would be dominant and then just try and play the best football possible and the best recreation possible. And taking someone, what's fun is taking someone like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, you see, then trying to make him Dani Alves, which you can do at the Spanish level when the guy is, Champions League rotation quality guy, and taking someone like Ozan Tufan, who you see there playing centre back, getting him from a regular central midfield and converting him to a ball playing defender. That stuff was really fun, and I also fell in love with two players who may make their way into this series. One of them being, can I pull him up? I don't know if I have the screenshot saved anymore. One of them being Stefano Sensi, who is essentially Or in this tactic, he's built to be the Xavi, and he was my Xavi. He was not my Joe Allen Welsh Xavi. He was a true Xavi, and was just a monster. And the second one, my Messi recreation, Carlos Elena, who I adore and I'm in love with, who is from the La Masia school, and he was my knockoff Messi and was sensational. I'm going to try and rebuild this tactic. I'm not sure how well it will work in 18 compared to 17. I haven't given it a go yet. And I'll get into that. I'll break down the tactic, the individual roles, the team instructions, all that good stuff once we get into the save proper. All right, so the goal of the save essentially is to stay 3 years at each club, maybe a fourth year, depending on how things are going, but predominantly 3 years at the club, and try to do these things, right? And I've stolen these, by the way, from Guardiola himself. I forget which book it is at this point. I've read 5, 6 different Guardiola books over what was the past off season. The main thing is to finish the third year. So the first couple of years, because this tactic is so tough to integrate and to find the right plays for, and it's going to take turnover, the first couple of years may take on more of the Bayern approach, where it's using what you have, more flexibility, and it's that third year in particular where it will be pure out, full on Barca 2012 recreation, 2011 recreation, and trying to win the European Cup. That is the be all end all goal, is to win the European Cup at the end of the lifespan with each club. Try and establish kind of a club ethos throughout all the systems. So sign a ton of young players that will last way beyond your time being there, and have almost a Cruyffish impact on Barcelona, where you bring in this new playing style. And this is FM, so they'll probably end up going and hiring some dipshit once you leave, some Italian manager who plays with three at the back, or well, that's Cruyffis, I guess. Um, some counter-attacking style, and they'll blow up everything you did for the club, but try and just replenish the youth system and fill the academy with the next generation of stars who can come through in the same way all those La Masia products did for when Pep got to Barcelona. What else we got? Oh, chase down Guardiola's Hall of Fame numbers. Actually, I should go in. Let's go and have a look at what are his. Okay. Sure. Let's go in. I'll check now what his Hall of Fame numbers are. Let's see. All right, where is this gonna make me look silly already? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Phew, that was fast. So Pep, there he is. Oh, that's a big total. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Oh boy. And he's going to start at Man City and rack up Premier League. Actually, what's interesting in the game is he is so poorly implemented, and I'm sure everyone who's watching has seen this through the game, that he inevitably gets fired because however the match engine is built, and how his tactics are put into the editor, they're usually terrible, and therefore he gets fired. And he always, in almost every save I do, he ends up as the Atletico Madrid manager, purely because it's the same issue with. Just threw my pen on the floor. It's the same issue with Diego Simeone. His tactics are so poorly implemented that he ends up getting fired, and Pep takes that job, which it really should be hard-coded that he will never take another job in Spain. But that's the plan, is to try and hunt down that total there. Hopefully he doesn't keep adding to it, and then you got to go and hunt Ferguson. That's going to be really tough to do. What's interesting is, so the objectives that Pep had at City is basically what we're going to have going into each club. I will put them up now on the screen. I got this from, I think, Pep Evolution, a book on Pep Guardiola by Martin, second name I cannot pronounce. He did the first one, which was tremendous. Pep Evolution, a little bit repetitive, but still pretty good. But he had in here, which was fascinating, Pep's plan going into City, and I will warn you ahead of time, it is a lot of management speak. And I don't mean management in football manager type, I mean jargon bullshit. You work at Superdrug head office, and this is the type of bullshit speak you get. Here we go. Guardiola's City plan. Develop a detailed strategic plan. Not got a great idea what that means. Implement a defined play model. This is the big thing. Which club we go into, we will give them a signature playing model, which we stole from Cruyff and Guardiola or Barcelona. But it will be a defined playing model, develop a team spirit and a unified and competitive group dynamics, baby. All about the dynamics. Establish a clear identity. It will be pass and move football and promoting youngsters through the youth academy. Always a fun identity to establish. Establish a unique language in the city academy. I don't know how you do that in FM. I guess just sign a shit ton of young players and have that thing ticked where they all play the same style. That's what we'll try and do. And then the last one, win trophies. At the end of the day, that's the big thing. Can we win a league title in each of the top 5 divisions? Probably sub out the French league for Eredivisie because I kind of want to go to Ajax at some point. That'd be really fun. If you could win a European Cup with Ajax playing total football, that would be really fun. So win trophies. And the big one for me is going to be at the end of the 3rd year, can we play the Barcelona model and win the European Cup? That is the be-all, end-all test. So that's it. I will be back with another episode. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I shall be frank. I don't know how often I'm going to get time to do it, but I'm going to record bulk and schedule them out and hopefully try and get one every couple of days, if not every day to start with. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a cool challenge to try and chase down Pep with his own playing model. I have not yet decided. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. I do not know whether to recreate his steps, start at Barcelona B and then onwards. That's kind of tough. It's like there's no way you would get the Barcelona job from Barca B, and then it's going to take us 50 years to try and even get close to his total. Or work in reverse, and so the top clubs he took take their rivals. So with City take United, with Munich take Dortmund, take Madrid instead of Barcelona and stuff like that. That could be kind of fun. So instead of following, take the Barcelona job, take the Munich job, take the City job, then it's just like, why wouldn't you just watch real life? What are we even doing here? He already did it. So I may do the reverse of those, and may even do it in reverse order, so we're facing him in year 1. That's not bad. I may do that. I give that some thought off there. But yeah, that's it. That's the challenge. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go chasing Pep Guardiola, playing his own style without Lionel Messi. It'll be not easy, but it shall be a challenge. It'll be fun, and I'll probably get fired from every single job because we don't have Xavi and Iniesta. But that in itself will be fun. All right, that's it for this edition. Make sure you check back. I am finally returning with some Football Manager content for the first ever time. It's going to be fun. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check back, and I will speak to you all next time.